I did not see you there, friends. I was just building fire with bare hands. Now, Lenin died in Russia, and now we need a new leader. Who is this leader going to be, you may ask yourself? I will tell you, Leon Trotsky. For starters, I'm going to explain what everybody wants to do in terms of ideology. Now, many people call me a Trotskyist. Well, for one, my name is Trotsky. But for two, this is because I am classic Marxist. My other opponents like Stalin and Bukharin, they both think that we should strengthen the communist structure already in the Soviet Union. However, what I think we should do is spread communism like Marx believed. This way, no other very strong capitalist country can simply overthrow us. You know, and also Kamenev and Zinoviev, they are really on my side, but don't tell Stalin because they do not want him to know. They are just too afraid to come out and say that they really think we should spread communism. Let me tell you about the personality of some of my opponents. Now, Stalin, he is probably my biggest opponent, mostly because he was sort of close with Lenin, he visited him in the hospital, silly things like that. But what he actually is very, very aggressive, and he likes to attack people and execute people for deserting even though they are getting completely slaughtered. Also, he is very stubborn, and an example of this is in the Soviet-Polish War, at the Battle of Warsaw. I was like, yo, Stalin, I could use a few troops over here at the Battle of Warsaw. And he was like, no, I am not sending my troops to you, I'm keeping them here in the place where I want to take. And I said, okay, whatever, but then you know what happened? We lost both battles. That is why you should not vote for Stalin, because he is crazy, he does what he wants. Also now, moving on to Bukharin. He's very arrogant, he thinks he knows everything, he can do this, he can do that. Well, you know what I say? I say, no, you can't, Bukharin. You can't do everything you want. Now, you know, Kamenev, he's a bit of a shy one. An example is when the Tsar's brother Mikhail refused to take throne. You know what Kamenev want to do? He want to send him a letter thanking him. Isn't that goofy? You know what he did? Because he was so embarrassed, he didn't even tell anyone he did it. That is not good for a leader to be embarrassed about things. Now, Zinoviev, he kind of is a crazy guy. He does whatever, he kind of goes off on tangents, things like that. You know, he's a bit too unstable for Russia. Now me, on the other hand, I am very well educated, very intelligent, very good at leading people. I can, you know, help Russia get better and get to spread communism, all these things that are good. Now, a big part of who is going to be leader is how close they were to Lenin, because if someone is going to take over, they should be friends, right? Okay, now, one thing, me and Lenin were pretty close pals, let me tell you. Alright, you know what, one thing, we were on revolutionary paper Iskra together. Other thing, I wanted to take Warsaw, Lenin wanted to take Warsaw. You know who didn't want to take Warsaw? Stalin. Yeah, that's right, okay. Now, you know what else Stalin did not want to do? Stalin did not want to spread communism. Guess who did? Lenin. Me. Yeah. Okay. Now, Stalin also, in Lenin's testament, Lenin said, I do not want Stalin in government after I die. That should tell you one thing about Stalin. That Lenin did not really like him. Okay. You know Bukharin? Well, Bukharin was leader of the left communists. These are very radicals, and you know, Lenin was not so radical as these left communists. And as a result, you know, Lenin disagreed with Bukharin on things like internal economics and external spread of communism, things like that. Okay, so they weren't best pals like me and Lenin were. But Kamenev and Zinoviev, they were the worst of all. In November of 1918, you know what they want to do? They want to share power with other parties. Who does that? That is actual communist. Not Lenin, not me. Okay. But then you know what else they do? In October of 1917, they were like, we do not want violent revolution. What? No violent revolution? Are you a Marxist or are you not? Come on, seriously? Alright, but Lenin did, and I did, and everybody else did, and you know what happened? There was violent revolution. I think that shows you that me and Lenin were like this. Everybody else in Lenin, not even close. You see, experience is a pretty big thing when it comes to leadership, right? For example, when I was baby boy, my father said, Leon, come here, I have to tell you a story. After working at factory today, I realized something. He said, you get a baby bird and you get a big bird. When you throw both off a cliff, what happened? And I said, I don't know, Dad. The big bird fall and the baby bird fly? And he said, silly Leon, silly, no, that is not what happened. Little bird fall and big bird fly. You want to know why, Leon? And I said, why, Dad? Why does little bird fall? He said, because little bird does not have enough experience with flying. That is why little bird fall. You know who can fly? You know who has enough experience to fly? Leon Trotsky, that's who. For example, I was on the first and the second Congress of the RSDLP party. Also, I was chairman of the Petrograd Soviet. And from 1917 to 1918, I was the Commissioner of Foreign Affairs. You know what else I do? I raised the Red Army to defeat the White Army. Pretty impressive, no? Okay, you know who is Baby Birds, like I was talking about earlier. I'm Big Bird. You know who Baby Bird is? Stalin. For example, when Stalin got all controversial over that whole Battle of Warsaw thing where he didn't send me the troops that I asked him for like a little girl, you know what he do? He said, oh no, everybody is making fun of me and criticizing my decision in August of 1920. You know what I say? I'm going to resign. Well, what kind of leader resigns? Let me ask you that, people. What kind of leader will resign from position? Now, Bukharin, he's pretty little. See this apple right here? Look at this apple. See it? See it? It is just like this apple. And it is pretty much just like this apple. Maybe a little more yellow. Yeah? Okay. Well, you know what? Bukharin is just like all the other apples. He was just a little member of the Moscow Soviet and the Moscow Committee and things like that. He was not big head honcho like me. But also, now Kamenev and Zinoviev, sure they are also on the triumvirate with Stalin. But what is really funny about them is that this whole time they have had getting experience. No. You know what they do? They say, I don't know if you are right, Lenin. Oh wait, you are right, sorry, I don't want to be controversial or anything. Many times, you know, with the October Revolution, they were like, we don't want to do that. And then Lenin was like, we're doing that, and they were like, okay, we're doing that. But you know what? I stand by my decisions. I am good leader. Zinoviev, Kamenev, Bukharin, Stalin, not good leader. Okay, another big thing about making leaders, who's in the best role currently. I am War Commissioner. I make Red Army, as I said before. This make it very good. I make good army. I can show you that I can make good army in the future. This can help us defeat all the capitalists and spread communism to everyone in the whole wide world. You know what Stalin is? He's the people's chair of communism over the Soviet Union. This may give him some power and may allow him to also appoint many of his allies. But this kind of he make him dictator. I'm not dictator. I want to share power with everyone. Now, Bukharin, he just make member of Politburo. I was member of Politburo at the beginning of the whole thing. You know what? That is kind of pathetic. You think Bukharin, who just made member of Politburo, can be leader also really quickly? Not how it works. Okay, Kamenev and Zinoviev, both of them, sure they are members of the triumvirate with Stalin. However, you know what? They try and hide Lenin's testament from everyone. They're not in very good role. Not many people like Kamenev and Zinoviev. They're kind of crazy nuts. Thank you for letting me tell you why I am best to lead. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to finish building fire with bare hands.